the cake right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof style stuff. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. For Millmore to do Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. For Millmore to do that.
Good evening and welcome to Miller's Monday. We are back, and yeah, feels like Groundhog Day. We're still not happy. Apparently, if Matt Amshaw went to bed on Friday night and he woke up with a 2-2 draw, he'd have dragged your hand off for it. So shows the mentality of the man. How he's still the manager, I do not know, but we will get into that. I'll start with, I've got the dream team tonight, I think. So I've got to the right of me, Tom, who's making a name for himself on the Sunday show. How are you doing, Tom?
Yeah, really good, Bushy. I say really good. I'm all right. It's Monday. It's another Miller's Monday, and I can't help but think we're going to be saying the same things as we do every Monday and Thursday and Saturday and Sunday and Tuesday. But you know what? We're here. And let's have a chat. Nice. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, no problem. And we've got the hard man himself, the man that, you know, you can see him beating people up in the training ground. Pete, how you doing, Pete?
All right, pal, yeah, all good. I don't know what to talk about tonight. Probably more negative stuff, I suppose, isn't it? But
well, we called.
I don't know. Same old crap, innit?
Negative, toxic, KB Terrace talk. So we'll go by his name tonight.
We'll find something, won't we? We'll find something.
And we've got the man himself, the prediction master. Well, he's not as good at me at predictions, but he's getting there. Bez, how are we doing, Bez?
Yeah, I'm okay. Obviously, it's hard talking about this and the same things over and over again. But yeah, I'm all right though. Apart from that, for me, Rotherham are down now, so I'm trying to get to grips and just accept it. Like the quicker you accept it, the quicker you can get over it. So give it a few days, and I think I'll be over it. And it doesn't matter to me if they win or lose next few games because they're going down, whatever. So
bloody hell. Positivity tonight on here. Tom Swift, think we are down now, boys. My worry now is that he will be here next season and take us to the National League as a Carlisle repeat all over it. You're close to Carlisle, Tom. You think you've got Carlisle written all over it?
I do, yeah, I do. And Carlisle, what they did was they went down. They dropped from League One to League Two after getting promoted to League One. They dropped, and then they just kept dropping. And they changed the manager too late in the end. In League Two, they had this bloke from Blythe Spartans or Gateshead or whatever. I don't know. They sacked him 2 days after the transfer window had shut in January and brought Mark Hughes in, and it was just too late. So, yeah, Carlisle, you know, are a similar sized club to us, easily.
Carlisle! Oh. I'm not having that.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom, I'm not having that either. Carlisle, like, Rotherham has spent something like 33 to 50% of their time in the second tier. I think Carlisle's only been at this level, you know, 3 or 4 times at most. I think you're on there, to be honest.
No, I think when you talk about size of a club, so Carlisle, you got to remember it's one club city first and foremost. So
the size of club is to do with fans. I get that, but it should also to do with history as well. And I think Rotherham's history is just far better than Carlisle's.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for example, that Brunton Park holds 20,000 fans.
Yeah, but when have they ever
Don
got
Valley,
it?
yeah, but Don Valley hold 25,000 fans.
Yeah, but that wasn't our stadium, Dave, was it? So I mean,
No, I'm not having Carlisle.
I would say though, Tom, you're right. To be fair, you're right. But the Carlisle have got a stand that's behind the goal that I don't think I've ever seen being used. So it might hold 20,000.
Very true. But you got right. Here's one for you then. Carlisle's the second biggest city in Britain. Of that,
No.
Often don't watch the football team.
I mean, I went to a game. I'll tell you what Carlisle do.
Let me have a look at their average attendance this season. I'll get it up. Hang on.
Set something off now.
It will be. What I would say about Carlisle, because we've actually got in our team at work, we've got a Carlisle fan, and he's. Do you know when they went down to the National League? He was quite a big-headed, and he was saying that they had to travel a lot better away from him in the National League than they do in the Football League. And he was saying that, like, the first game of the season, I think not this time round, this was like when they first went into National League. First game of the season, they took about 3,000 fans to Woking or something like that, he was saying. So I do know they're well supported in that National League, so I do see your point there, Tom. I think if Rotherham went down, they wouldn't be as well supported in that level. I do agree. But, as you said, Carlisle is a one-city club, and there's all the other football clubs around it. You know, Rotherham are competing with Wednesday, United, Barnsley, Donny, Chelsea, Leeds, Bradford. You know, within a 50-mile radius, there must be 12 football clubs here. So it's probably hard to compare, to be honest.
Right, so I've just chat GTP it. So here we go. So Rotherham Stadium holds 12,000, highest level multiple seasons in the Championship, major honours, EFL Trophy winners, League One playoff winners, regular moves between Championship and League One. Brunton Park only holds 17,500, that's capacity. EFL Trophy winners, and that's all they've done, mostly played in League One and League Two. Overall, Rotherham United are generally considered the bigger club, more recent time in the Championship, a more modern stadium, higher league finishes in the last 15 to 20 years. Only thing is, Carlisle have historically had a bigger stadium and was strong.
Which is what Tom said, to be fair to him.
1970s, so they were good in 1970 before most of us were born. But yeah,
quick one. I am not defending Carlisle. Trust me, Carlisle is a bloody awful place, right? I hate the gaff, right? It's awful. I'm glad that I don't have to work there anymore. I work here in another country, but it's literally 23 miles down the road. But what I will say about the majority of Carlisle fans have a second team. Obviously, you've got your second team, Bushy. I think, Bez, you're on the same as me. You're a one-team man.
Yeah, one team, yeah. I do like other teams, but yeah, one team for me, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Carlisle fans, that's the second team they have. But, yeah, I mean, listen, when I say similar size, that's what I mean, similar. Yes, I can't argue, obviously, and I'm not going to argue because I bloody hate Carlisle. Rotherham are bigger. But, listen.
Yeah, they have got a good fan base for that level.
Yeah, they have. But they're in the National League.
Well, about this then, Tom. So I would say, even though Carlisle will be getting more attendance than this other club, this other club is bigger than Carlisle, and that's Scunthorpe. I think Scunthorpe is bigger than Carlisle.
I can't.
No, it's Carlisle are bigger than Scunthorpe.
But Scunthorpe have been in the Championship, and Carlisle haven't.
Yeah, but even in the Championship, they got about 5,000 fans to watch them.
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I mean, you've got to. The thing with like size of clubs, you can't just say, "Oh, this club's bigger than this club" because they get more fans. You've got to combine average attendances and amount of fans, as well as how successful they are. And I've seen Scunthorpe 2 leagues higher than Rotherham a lot this period, this last 20 years, whereas I've never seen Carlisle above Rotherham. You know, they might have been above them, but I can't remember when they have. So that to me tells me Scunthorpe are bigger than Carlisle.
Right. Okay.
Well, do you know what I mean? Listen. What I will say is that before Hollywood bought Wrexham, Carlisle was on the short list as well because it's a one City team.
Yeah.
That was
it's
very
got
close.
Potential. It's
And
got
they were
potential.
bought by American owners as well. So yeah.
Adam's in the chat. I'll tell you now, Ami is 100% here next year. Loved the video earlier today. Well done, lads. Yeah, so obviously, if you haven't seen it, we have done an AI-generated video of KB Terry's talk and the football club. Just a bit of light-hearted banter. We've had some real good messages of support. Obviously, you're probably going to go on I think it's some weirdo who set some Facebook page up full of plant pots. A few of them granddads on there will be spitting out the pipe and burning the penis when they've spit the pipe out on the penis. But they'll be getting upset. But realistically, it's a bit of light-hearted fun. And if you can't take banter, then do one.
Stay on social media.
Big Dog, I'll tell you now, Amias, next year, Phil Smith and his board are taking over.
Just on that, so just on that, right? Just on that comment from earlier about Phil Smith taking over. If that is the case, then Phil Smith has lied when he had his interview with Radio Sheffield because he said he weren't taking over. So I just want to point that out there. He said he weren't taking over. So
yeah, well, he's obviously doing something, but whatever he's doing is not very good because the communication for the club is probably at an all-time low.
it is, yeah.
Fans are at an all-time low. I mean, we've turned into North Korea. I mean, we've been banned as a channel for daring to see if we could throw some tennis balls on the pitch in protest of what we're having to witness this season on the pitch. I'm still waiting for Paul Douglas's interview about when he told us we were going to get second half of the season, we're going to be value for money, because I still haven't had it, Paul. So you lied on that as well. I'm still waiting to hear from Turkey Teeth, Phil Smith, because he also told me once we get the injuries back in the second half of the season, we're going to have a top 10 finish. That ain't going to happen, Sunshine.
I have to say that video clip is, because I must not have heard his full interview because I can't remember that video clip that everyone's posting about him saying something like, I'll do a Brian Clough moment, and when we got all our injuries back and finished 10th, you can all come to me and I'll say I told you so. Honestly, he's made himself look a right prat, isn't he? An absolute.
Yeah. Well, he is I mean, come on, he is a prat. Let's be honest. The guy's a prat. He's a turbo prat. You know what I mean? He's gone beyond the realms of prattery. First, he's come to defend Tony Stewart, so he's trying to defend the indefensible, and now he's looking a bigger prat than Tony Stewart. I think people are more angry at him than Tony Stewart. Yeah. I think everyone's forgot about Tony Stewart.
Well, I'll tell you what, just on that, Lee, that's a great point. I was going to mention this. Maybe Tony Stewart's done that on purpose, you know. Maybe he's a clever man.
Some heat off him.
Yeah.
And for me, I think the Turbo Prat is trying to pull a fast one on the old boy as well. I think he's trying to get us relegated to League Two. The cost of buying the club will obviously go down in League Two, so it'll be easier to purchase the club in his eyes. So I don't think he's bothered if we go down, because I think he gets a cheap purchase. Robs the old wise dog. That's my view. Knock off Nigel. Get Georgie Kelly back next season in League Two. Thoughts on that, lads? Would you take Georgie Kelly back in League Two?
Well, he's doing. He's pulling up trees at Carlisle. I know that much. He's scoring goals. You know, and I can't believe we let him go for Charlie White. This is where it all just kind of went wrong, didn't it? Really. So, but yeah.
I personally wouldn't. Yeah, I personally wouldn't.
I didn't rate him, me.
Yeah.
Did you not, Pete?
No, I didn't rate him. Obviously, a good finisher, but his all-around play was shocking, I thought.
Yeah,
He couldn't hold
wouldn't
up ball, he
have it
couldn't
back.
pass the
I
ball.
think a lot of our fans get obsession about bringing people back.
They
Same
do.
with managers. So, like, how many more do you want back? I mean, the majority of fans wished for this Matt Amshaw cocktail of shit. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I want Woody back. Oh, get Tongy back. Oh, get Amshaw back. Look where it's got us. Absolutely fucking nowhere. So all this obsession about bringing people back, let's just get rid of this nonsense of doing that. Big Dog says, Carlisle, second biggest city in Britain. What's Tom had? Half of many lines.
Can I answer that one, please?
I was going to ask you about, Tom, I was going to ask you about this as well, because I wondered what you were thinking here. Yeah, go on, Tom.
Okay, so
I think Birmingham's the second biggest city.
no. I think that's by population. So Carlisle, often cited as one of the largest cities in England by area.
Got Lake District, hasn't it?
Yes, thank you.
I know what you mean.
By area.
Yeah.
By area.
Yeah.
So
By area.
People, what? So you're saying Carlisle fans are like some kind of sea monster in the Lake District, all living under the sea.
But by area. However, my dad, who is watching this incredibly, has put about Carlisle. He said to me, he said, Carlisle isn't awful! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, you've been told off. In fairness, Tom, I got told off my dad as well for posting.
Yeah, he's called. My dad's
you
called
ending-
Steve as well. My dad's called
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah, it must be a Steve thing. But my dad had to go at me. He said, "You've taken it too far, ending Tony Stewart." I said, "Well, it was actually Tom that ended Tony Stewart, not me." I didn't get close. Tom just finished him. So,
One other thing about Carlisle, whilst we're on, my dad's come back in his book. It's for the oldest/first postbox in the world. The first letter ever sent was from Carlisle. There we go. So if that doesn't sort
that's great. That's great. But we're actually talking about football.
Indeed, we are, Lee.
Yeah. Let's move on then, Lee. Come on.
But yeah, here we go. Russ, evening lads. Carlisle have got a big fan base. Cumbrians are well sported. Up in the big time back in the 70s, second tier, and in the 80s, up the Millers. Yeah, so yeah, it did say they were good in the 70s. So there you go. Peter Beardsley was ex-Carlisle. Yeah, great player.
Yeah.
Beardsley was.
He was.
Ugly fucker though, wasn't
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Quasimodo, yeah.
he?
Face for radio.
Good job he could play football like Peter Crouch, innit? Tom Swift, everyone's saying we played well Saturday and we played 5 at the back, set up so negatively and had lucky 2-goal lead. The football was atrocious. We can't even time waste properly. We were lucky. Right, I'm going to bring that on because I just nearly had a row just backstage because Bez came out with a comment saying he didn't think it was awful on Saturday.
First half, I said.
Hey? Just the
First half, I said. Yeah.
I even think the first half was awful. We got a 2-goal lucky lead, which we didn't deserve. Yeah. We are playing at home, needing to win, and we've had 37% possession. They've had 20 shots on our goal, and 10 of them were on target. If Ted Can didn't turn into prime Peter Shilton, we'd have got battered 7-2. It was crap.
Yeah.
I'm not having we played well. And I agree with Tom. I think the football was atrocious. The setup was atrocious. It was negative. We got lucky because of moments of brilliance from a Sam Nombe. One was a bit of a poacher. He came alive in the box. A great pass from Martha for the second and a great finish. Goalkeeper should have done better, though. But we got 2-0 up. And I'm thinking, how the hell are we 2-0 up here? We are playing absolute Danny Dyer. Yeah? But we're 2-0 up. And even at 2-0, Pete texts me, I'm going to have a bet on we lose this still. And I said, there's no way we win this game. We'll either draw it or lose it. And we ended up drawing it. We should have lost it, let's be honest. Can probably his best ever game for Rotherham United. I think we can all agree. And if there is any positive to come out of that game, I would say it would be Ted Can, because I was very worried. I still don't think he's a great goalkeeper. I'm going to put my hands up, but he's young and he can learn. And I think at least he's raw and you can coach him to be better. And I think the things he's weak on at the moment, he can get better at, whereas Dawson's never going to get any better than he is. And that ain't very good anyway. So out of any positive, if you want to say a positive, for me, it would be Ted Can. I'm going to go around you all now, so you've all got a chance.
Can I respond to you firstly?
Yeah, respond.
Yeah.
I'll come to you.
I don't want. Yeah, I never said it was good all game. I said that the first half was acceptable, is what I said, because Bolton are far and away a better team than Rotherham. That's a fact. That's why they're third in the league and they're 40 points above Rotherham. First half possession, yeah, Bolton had it all, but you've got to accept that. As a club where we are, you've got to allow a team who dominate possession to have the ball. Otherwise, you're just going to get carved open if you press them too high. So the percentage of possession to me is irrelevant. But we had a better XG than them in the first half. 0.53 to 0.44. We both had about 5 shots.
Yeah, but
both three on target. I never said it was good. I said it was like
if we've scored.
Say that again, sorry.
When a goal goes in, your XG goes up.
Well, of course it does. That's because you created
other than them other 2 shots, we created more in the second half.
No, I disagree with that. We did not. We created a lot. In the first half, we had, according to this, we had 2 big chances in the first half and only 1 in the second half.
Yeah, 2 big chances. There were the goals.
Not there might be. That's still big. That's still 2.
Yeah, but
that's
that's
still
all we
in the
had.
second half.
That's all we had all game, man.
You think the performance first half was the same as the second half? Is that what you're saying?
After we'd have scored. Gray nearly scored in the second half as well. So
you think the first half was very similar to the second half in terms of performance, do you?
Yeah, I thought it was crap all game.
There's no way I agree to that. Like, first half, well, how can you be 2-0 up and not be playing all right?
Easily, it happens all the time. A team on counter against the run of play. That's football. Not always the best team and playing a nice fancy football, win football matches. That's just football. We hit them on the counter attack. We did not deserve to be winning 2-0. And I think you can ask anybody.
Yeah, I never said that. I said, to me, in the first half, it should have been a draw. I accept that. I never said we played well. I said the performance was acceptable. That's all I said. Never said we played well.
Well, it is to what we're used to, but I don't think any of it's acceptable, if I'm honest. But that's my opinion.
We'll move on to someone else and let them have their opinion then.
So, Pete, what do you think? Do you agree with Bez or do you agree with me? Don't want to put you on the spot.
I thought we're all right. I thought we're fine for staff. Obviously, you look at stats here. Total shots 10, on target 2, big chances. So on 5, 2 and 2. We didn't do that in 15 games coming up to this, did we? Obviously, we've done that in 1 game. So it is a bit better. I'm not saying we weren't a better team, but it wasn't as good as everybody says. But first half, we're all right for staff, I thought. It wasn't terrible. I thought Martha were brilliant in game as well.
Yeah, this is divided opinion. So obviously on our...
I thought he played all right.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at that joke there's a joke in comments. It's so funny. Sorry.
It's all right. So I thought Martha on our man of the match poll, he just finished behind Ted Can, who got the man of the match. But I thought Martha was great. But I spoke to Kev and he was saying that he thought he was terrible and he should have been taken off.
I thought he was the best outfield player.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that, when a fan doesn't like a player, and I think obviously Kev is an example, though if he doesn't like Marta, I get the impression that no matter how well they play, they're always going to say, oh, he's not playing well because they don't like him. I just find that with fans. I try not to do that myself, but I find fans do that sometimes.
Marta has got something about him. He just needs to be coached properly.
Yeah. Agreed. I agree with that completely. Yeah.
I think personally, Martha would be better for us in the Championship. I think it's too weak for League One football. If we go down to League Two, it's definitely too weak for that. We've got to hope that he has a good World Cup and we sell him. But in the Championship, where you've got a bit more time on the ball and it's not as physical, I think he would be a quality player in the Championship. And I think he would be good enough to play. That pass alone, you can see that the quality is there. A player with no ability can't make that pass to Nombe.
He'd be good in a passing team, Martha. He'd be good in a passing team.
But,
he would, yeah.
Yeah, he's just too inconsistent.
It's almost like, though, do you know the sort of player we have brought in? It looks to me like Rob Scott has said we're going to bring this type of player in, and they have done, and Hamshaw's just playing the opposite to what the type of player needs to be. And I still go back to what I said about, I still think Hamshaw wanted to play pretty football, build from the back. Then they got hammed in those 2 friendly games, and he panicked. I still think that, mate. I really do.
Yeah. I'll go through some comments and then I'll get to Tom's opinion. Conference with Hamshaw for definite, says knock off Nigel. RUFC Bailey says Carlisle are bigger than Scunny Bez, easy. The real Phil Smith, even anyone too many wet wipes around, they don't know what humour is. Is that you, Phil? Laughing out loud. Well, I think if Phil's agreeing with me, it can't be him because he's going to grow some hair follicles. He's that angry. Big Phil Smith. Big Phil Smith. He's getting that angry. He's going to grow some hair follicles. And the real Phil Smith says it sure is. So, Phil, if it is you, welcome to come on. We will discuss your comments about you're going to do your Brian Clough moment and tell us about this top 10 finish. We'll discuss that. We'll also discuss the fact that you said Matt Hamshaw's doing a fantastic job. So yeah, it'd be really interesting. So Phil, if you want, we'll have you on, mate. We'll have you on. Paul, have you seen the statement today from the Blackpool chairman asking for fans to get behind the club? And he takes full responsibility for where the club, and he apologised to the fans. What a guy! What a guy! And
I've not seen.
Nice to hear from the chairman. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to hear from our chairman? He's gone missing. He sent Phil Smith to do a job. I mean, don't send your lackey because he's just not cutting it. It's Phil Smith.
You see, I've not seen that Blackpool statement, but the thing with Blackpool fans, they should be getting behind their team because, you know, I guarantee that their fans wanted Steve Bruce out. The chairman got rid of Steve Bruce. I guarantee that their fans wanted Ian Everett to come in because he's successful at Bolton and he's a Blackpool legend, and they did do that. So really, the fans should be getting behind the team. You know, I think their chairman's
that's quite a bit as well. I don't think they've got a low wage budget, Blackpool.
No.
Tom Swift says the rumours of us appointing a director of football have gone quiet. Any news, Lee? Mate, I've absolutely heard nothing from the club. I hadn't even had any rumours about that. Everything is being kept very quiet at the minute, which is a bit strange. Could suggest something is happening. If it isn't happening, it is really poor by the club because the fans are at boiling point. And I've seen sort of Kev Johnson appealing to fans to go to this charity game. The tickets are going slow. And it is sad because obviously there is a lot of good legends coming back to the football club. But actually, it's meant to be going to charity. And now we're hearing stories that some of the money could be going on stewards and not to the charity. And that just leaves another bitter taste of thinking the club are just absolutely taking the piss. The club should be paying for the stewards if there needs to be stewards. It shouldn't be the charity. It shouldn't come out of the charity money. Absolute shambles if that is the case. But yeah, the fans, I don't think you can blame them. And people said, well, there's no toxicity in the stadium now. There was no booing at the weekend. There was nothing really negative. No, because the stadium's half empty. The people are just voting with their feet like I told them to do. And long term, that isn't sustainable for the football club. They have got to make a decision on what they want to do, because attendances are going to keep dropping and dropping. I mean, Bez goes absolutely more or less home and away every week, and he just didn't want to go. And you're getting loads of supporters like that. They're just not got the willpower to go and watch his football, because worse than any, it's bad enough having a bad season, but having a bad season and having no plan, no idea, the football isn't great. It is the entertainment business, and we are not being entertained. And Tony Stewart has always said to us that it's the entertainment business, and if you're not getting entertained, that's the reason normally he gets rid of managers. Well, he's not got rid of this manager. We're still going to go into another game with us as manager, and I'm same as Bez. I think we're relegated now. We've left it too late. Even if we get a new manager, I don't think he's got time to be able to implement a plan and turn it around. The perfect time Matt Amshaw should have gone is that week when we had a free week, the week before the deadline, so he could have got his own sort of players of what he wanted in mind, and then they could have gone for it. They backed Matt Amshaw in that window as well. People are forgetting that. He actually got backed. We were on here saying what a good window it was. Half the players haven't played, and the ones that have been played out of position. I mean, I thought as well, I would put a shout out to Cover. I thought he was better in midfield in that first half. And then they moved him out of position again, and he was crap second half, because playing out of position at a new club with new teammates in a team that's struggling is a recipe for disaster. And it's schoolboy errors that the manager's making every single game. And people used to slay Steve Evans for slagging off players. He's thrown players under the bus there, because he blamed the defenders for the goal. And he actually didn't blame Jules, because Jules isn't a young defender. But Jules was at fault for one of them goals, the last goal. Jules was at massive fault, but he blamed the young defenders. Zach Jules isn't a young defender, so he's blaming Agber, basically. And he's saying for the second time that players aren't following his plan. So again, you said the first half would have been good. He's probably shouted it, because they've actually not played to his plan either. And what manager comes openly and said the players are ignoring his plans? Well, he's not a manager, because that's your job, to enforce the plan. And if players aren't following it, they don't play. It's that simple. I've told you too many times, broken nails at the minute. Don't know what that means. Smith.
He's just laughing at Smith, I think, yeah.
All right, okay. That's someone has the balls to talk to the fans, Paul, and admit they got it wrong. Our chairman doesn't care about the fans, and it's disgraceful. I totally agree with you, Tom. Defo done it on purpose. I see wristbands back on Tom. What's the wristband for, Tom?
Oh, it's been Rotherham banned. If you didn't watch the Saturday rant, I took it off and launched it at the cooker. But yeah.
I bet that James Bradshaw's watching our podcast tonight, lads. That Bradshaw who said good riddance to you on the Rotherham site is a clown. If you're listening, James, don't like the truth and the facts, pal. Yeah, he's peering everywhere.
Hey, James. Are you all right, James?
I've been told he's a Wednesday fan in here. He used to be a Wednesday fan, I've been told.
Yeah, apparently somebody told me he used to be. Why did he go back to being Wednesday fan? And then take his stuck together socks with him.
Stuck together socks.
We're all Millers lads. Myself, as much as pissed myself so much at them videos. I know it's all in good heart. We're all Millers. 10 games to save our season.
We're down.
What game was Bez watching? They killed us. 10 Cam, Prine, Edison. So I'll let you respond to that, Bez. What game were you watching?
Yeah, it was only because we were talking about the first half and second half. So they didn't kill us in the first half. That's a fact, because the stats back it up. The second half they did, but first half they didn't.
Can someone look up how many games this season we've been a goal or two up and we've ended up drawing or losing? It's got to be almost half of the games, surely. Yeah, because this is the reason why. Because I think what happens is they work our tactics out. And Matt, I'm sure, ain't got any. They make changes to accommodate what we're doing, and then second half we get blown apart. Right, is this the joke?
Yeah.
Right. Murray Bear in the divorce court. Judge turns to Baby Bear and says, "Can you go live with Daddy Bear?" Says, "I don't want to. He beats me. You can go with Mummy Bear." "No, she beats me too. Do you want to live with them?" "Can I go live with Billy Bear at the New York Stadium? They don't beat any." I see what you're laughing at now, but that is a very good joke. I'm going to star that. Yeah, and I'll use that at some fun.
It just tickles you, doesn't it? Like, yeah.
It does, yeah. And that's great from Roy Grant. Is it Roy Grant? Ray
Grant, yeah.
Ray Grant. Fantastic. And it is good that we can have a bit of humour. It's not all negativity apart from the football. So I really do thank Ray Grant for that, because it did cheer me up, made me tickle.
Go on, Ray.
Bez, we had at least 3 or 4 chances in the second half when we should have buried them by then, not to mention the same amount of corners. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, again, what I would say to that, Rotherham United is, so in the second half, they were so much on top that they were going forward and they had a lot of players going forward, which meant that they left gaps at the other end. That's the only reason. I want to say we had 3 or 4 chances. We had 3 or 4 opportunities to create a chance, and then we'd make the wrong pass, or someone would get tackled.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. What more? If he'd have shot there rather than tried to cross it, it would have gone 3-1. Yeah. And then at 3-1, it is a different game. It's hard.
It is, yeah. Well, they won the game, aren't they? And do you know what we want more? Like, obviously, we actually like Watmore on this channel, but I felt he lost the ball a hell of a lot every time he got it. He was trying to dribble around players. He just got tackled every single time.
It shows you how football's got different opinions. I spoke to Kev about it, and he thought Watmore was quality when he come on. So
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you watch him back the game, he lost the ball most of the time he had it. Trust me.
The 60-year-old itch, until very recently, Bolton hadn't won a league game in Rotherham since August 1966. The same month, the Beatles released Yellow Submarine. Wow.
At least that's carried on, because Bolton didn't win.
They didn't win, thankfully. But yeah, interesting fact. Thank you. Brian Piper. Emma Grant, I would get Michael Smith and Dan Barlasser back. I wouldn't personally take Michael Smith, but I'd definitely have Dan Barlasser.
Sorry, just Tom.
Absolutely no chance of getting him.
I want to know, Tom, why you're laughing, because I think that's realistic. Because Michael Smith's 34 and Dan Barlasser's on loan at Hibernian.
We ain't getting them. We ain't getting them back in League Two, Bez.
No chance.
I think Michael Smith, you can. He'll be 35. 35 years old.
He's currently at Preston, isn't he?
Yeah, but he don't play. He don't play.
He does, doesn't he? I thought he did.
He's on bench. If he's on, I'll check now.
I think he's scored quite a lot of goals this season from Annie.
We've got no money anyway. I can't afford him.
He hasn't scored goals, has he? Let me have a look. So on Saturday, Preston played Norwich.
Yeah.
Michael Smith, where's the lineup? Did he start? He didn't start. He came off the bench, yeah. So he's played. So he's played 10 games, all off at bench, scored 9 goals.
I thought, no, he's definitely scored for them. Sure.
He might have scored in Fizzy Pop Cup. Jack says there's a player in Martha with potential in him. So Martha, yeah, I agree with Jack with Martha. He has got good potential. He just needs to bulk up a little bit. I I think he would be better as a set in the Championship. Morpher needs to play out wide in a 4-3-3, gets crowded out in the middle. And that's another good point from Alistair.
It is,
because the physicality in the midfield is a bit much for him. I think out wide he would be better because there's not that midfield battle. So I think that's a great comment from Alistair, to be fair. Steve Evans actually started his career as an apprentice at Bolton at the club being run by Rotherham legends or Bolton Sleepers program to ensure the Millers never quite get too comfortable.
I'm not sure that one.
Been in charge for over 40 games and we haven't progressed at all. And that's another good point. So it was judge me on my team, judge me when the players are fit, judge me when the moon is out, judge me when the sun is out, judge me when we actually start to try and play football. I don't know, judge me when whatever. The guy's nonsense. Like the guy, he's been in charge for 40 games and we are worse than when he took over. I wouldn't even say progression. We are predominantly worse. So we've actually got worse. And the worst thing is about it, the best players that we have got, we don't own them. They'll be gone in the summer. So we have got a real tough time to go. And if people think we will walk League 2, you will need to think again because it's not easy to get out of. Have to go for late prayers. Yep, Brian, thank you for joining us, and I hope your prayers go well. Please stand up, Mr. Smith. Please stand up. So I think he would have Michael Smith back. I just wouldn't have him back for what he did with us with Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
I've got to give that, and I got memed all over the internet with pictures of me and Ike, if you can remember. All the Sheffield Wednesday fans give great pleasure in mocking me for about 2 months about that transfer. So for me, the guy is done.
I think to be fair to Russ, he's got teeth emojis there. So I think he's on about.
Turkey teeth. Oh, he's on about the other Smith. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, the real Phil Smith. Please stand up. But yeah, he must, yeah. I thought he was on about Michael Smith. I'm sure has been really bad this season at signing players. He never plays. Can only get in because Dawson had a stinker. He still doesn't use Biancheri as much as he should. And that's another great point. So Ted Cairns come in and he's been predominantly better than what we've seen from Dawson. But another Matt Amshaw signing that he played Dawson above his own signing for much of the season. Why? He signed Cam. So why did he pick Dawson above him when he didn't even rate his own signings? Biancheri situation is really the pits. I feel sorry for the lad, to be honest. I really do. Tom Swift's actuals, Mark Dolby out the game in the second half when we played 2 up front.
You missed one as well.
Needed to step up and they didn't.
Read that one out. Read that one out. You missed that one, Lee.
Can we discuss their second goal? Agbear let the winger run straight down through him, allowing an easy cross. He is so poor and cost us a goal every game. He's not ready for Football League football. And I agree with Tom Swift. I think Agbear is awful. The first couple of games of the season, I thought he looked all right. But since then, he's lost a lot of confidence. He had an injury. He's come back and he's looked terrible. And again, I mean, Agbear's his signing. But again, he's got one that he signed in the summer that's been on the bench. And it's just crazy. I mean, I just can't understand what is going on with it. I think we need Watmore to start more as well. Yeah, I mean, Watmore very clear he can't play a full 90 minutes. That's the issue. So it's whether you bring him on or you start him, but he can't play the full 90 minutes. So I think potentially bringing him on could be a good weapon to use. or maybe I don't know. You can not do wrong for doing right sometimes though with that one. Turkey teeth, lads. This was the turkey teeth one. Yeah. Okay. No worries, Russ. Just knew Saturday second half we were going to sit back. Paul Gabitas. Yeah, and I agree with Paul because you messaged me, Pete, and said I've bet on us to throw this away. And I think we all do. We've seen it we've seen this story so many, and I messaged you, didn't I? Say we've seen this story so many times before. He's so negative. We are 2 up now. Rather than try and get a third, we're always going to sit back. The other thing is as well, you've got to credit Bolton a little bit because they have done this before this season. They went 2 down the other week and won 3-2. So they have got the desire and the form. Because they're up near the top, they've got a lot more confidence. So they, even at 2-0, I don't think they believed they were going to lose the game. Where even at 2-0, our players' mentality was, well, if we get a point, it's still good for us because we didn't expect to get anything. And that stems, again, from Matt Amshaw's attitude and mentality. And that's why I don't like Matt Amshaw, because he is so negative. He is so tactically negative as well. So, and it rubs off on his team. You can see it's a Matt Amshaw team because they are mentally weak. And I think he's a mentally weak guy. You know what I mean? He probably was bullied at school. He's a little bit tubby and he's losing his hair. Probably used to getting bullied. So obviously now he's just got no confidence. And I don't think the players have got any confidence in his tactics.
What I will say about Bolton, though, gents, is they reminded me of. Do you remember our first time in League One under Evans, where we weren't going to get top 2? Because I think top 2's sealed now. It's Lincoln or Cardiff, isn't it? They're going up automatically. Bolton are probably guaranteed playoffs. It's one of them. We're 2-0 down. What's your half-time team talk? Right. Effectively, we ain't going to get top 2. Go out there and show your mettle. Because remember how many times that season under Evans we were 2-0 down? Well, famously at Wembley. And famously, we had loads of games where we were losing, but they came back. And that Bolton team reminded me of the Rotherham United team in 2013-14 or whatever it was. So, fair play to them.
Right, I'm going to fire through these things because there's quite a lot coming through. So, Josh Smith, another reason Hampshire can't be here when we go down. Accrington put 4 past us the week before the season started, and they're lower half League 2. Back-to-back relegations with this clown, and I totally agree. I mean, we got knocked out of the FA Cup, didn't we? We've been knocked out of every cup by crap teams, to be honest. Football in a library with him, he's just a big boy, he's just a big boy. Matt Amshaw, he's just a big boy. Yeah, love that one. I didn't mind Icky going as much because of Sunderland away. Yeah, he annoyed me with Sunderland away, that own goal. I can remember that. But yeah, I weren't bothered about Icky going. It were mainly Michael Spiff because he actually told Paul Warren that he was going to re-sign and then went back on his word. When's Biancheri's dad coming on? Well, we have to blame Bez for this because Bez had the chat with him. He wanted to come on. And Bez didn't get his number, and now we can't get hold of him.
I'll still try. Listen, Alistair, I'm still going to try and get him on. Just be a bit patient. To be fair to him, he might not want to come on whilst his son is still at the club. So that might be an interview we get at end of season. Just because he comes on and slates Hampshire off, I'm sure his son's going to favour from that into. So yeah, just bear that in mind.
Yeah, there's a few parents of players that do want to come on, but obviously
till the end of the season, I think Alistair,
difficult at the minute. Tom Swift, all what Moore did was fall on the floor when he came on, trying to get fouls. Not sure he's good as we have been led to believe. Watmore was good when he came on. So this is where you see football is very different with opinions.
At least, I mean, to be fair, if Adam's saying that, then that must mean that what I'm saying is right then, because Adam's the only wrong with things, isn't he? So I'm just joking, Adam. Just kidding.
Bring back Hugo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hugh James says, didn't he say
Hugh
we would be one of the fittest league? fittest teams in the league?
Hugh Janesley is obviously a piss take.
Yeah,
A big bottom, yeah.
big bottom. He said, didn't we say we would be one of the fittest teams in the league? He did actually, didn't he? But
He
we
did,
haven't
yeah.
been.
And we're not now.
Disagree, Tommy. He's not as good as we made him out to be. I agree. He was looking for fouls a lot. I don't think he's actually got the legs, but he makes up for it with the positioning and turns.
He does, and just on that one, I agree with that. Like, what I did find what more is when he got hold of the ball, especially with Bolton attacking, he always picks up the ball with a lot of space around him and he drive into space. So I actually agree with that comment, yeah.
Used to love going with my dad and Tiny to games. Now no motivation isn't there anymore. I miss the good old days. Would kill to have them back. Jordan Staniforth. And that is a great point, Jordan Staniforth, because I also miss them days. I used to go all over the country with my dad watching Rotherham, and my dad just can't be bothered to go anymore. Very rare my dad goes now. He says it's not enjoyable. He hasn't even been watching the games anymore like I do. I still have stick with it and watch every single game. I pay for the iPlayer, so the money goes to the club before people moan. I did go to the Blackpool game this season. I did go to an away game as well. I went to Leighton. I went to quite a few away games last season, but under Matt Hampshire, I'm not travelling. I don't live close to Rotherham, so I'm not travelling all that way to watch this crap. And I said when me and Tom went to the Blackpool game, I won't be going again this season because that is just horrendous, and I've got idiots outside of me clapping. I'll put this one out to everybody. So get Darren Ferguson in. He's got some balls to get us to go forward. Yeah, Ferguson is a forward thinking manager. He does like to attack teams. So would you take Ferguson?
Yes.
Take anybody.
Yeah, go on then, Tom. You go first. Thoughts?
Well,
why do you like him?
Well, because he's competent at this level, mate, isn't he? He's been Peterborough manager 736 times, and obviously his dad is his dad, and his dad was all about attack. That's what we need. We're in a dogfight here. We need to go and blow teams away. At 2-0, half-time against Bolton, my message as a manager would be, go and kill them now. And I think that's what we probably needed. Not this conservative, keep it tight for 15 minutes, then we'll try and see the game out rather than time wasting, etc., etc. I want ruthlessness. Warren had it. Warnock had it. Evans had it. Moore had it. Go and kill the game. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
True. So, obviously we drew 2-2. So we're gonna go on to the next up and coming. Well, I'm just actually quickly gonna go through what we got for player ratings. So according to FootMob, Sam Nombe was the man of the match, closely followed up by Ted Can. And then Martha was up there as well. So our sort of poll that I put out was pretty spot on because the top three ratings on there was Nombe, Can, and then Martha. So I put them three up for nominations for man of the match. So that does sort of signal that sort of rating. But looking at that rating, something stands out to me here. That Jules got a 6.8 and Baptiste's got a 6, but Egbert got a 7. I don't think that's right. Does anybody disagree? Because I thought he was the worst of the back three.
Yeah, to me, looking at all of them, I'm with you. I think that Egbert probably should have got a 6.5 maybe, so not higher than Jules and Baptiste. The only one I would change slightly is I thought Joe Powell had a good game, and I know a 7's a decent game. I'd have given Powell a 7.5. I thought he played really well. And then Cover. So Cover, I agree with you. First half, he was really good. Second half, he struggled. And because he struggled, I'd have probably took him down to a 7. So I'd have swapped Cover and Powell's over and I'd lower Agbear's. And that'd be my...
but is it fair on Cover to drop him for that second half? Because I'm sure put him out of position the second half.
Yeah, but
he didn't play in the same position.
I guess not. But you can say that about anyone. Then, like I could say that Gray was playing on left wing at one point. That's like his position, so that rating's unfair.
Yeah, I think Gray. He obviously got the lowest rating. I think he did struggle at the weekend. I think we're burning him out. We're playing him every minute of every game, and he's 17.
What pees me off and all, Rafferty, always taking his captain off the pitch. Nobody else does that. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's a really
you need your leader on the pitch, don't you?
Yeah,
you do.
No, I agree
What's the
with
point
you.
having him as captain?
Totally.
What's the point?
Yeah,
What's the point?
totally agree with you.
We haven't really got any leader. I like Rafferty as like someone who shouts and motivates, but he's not really a leader. I don't think we've got one leader in the entire squad.
Well, I'll tell you what it tells me, Bez. I'm a massive believer. You're either holding midfield player or your centre half is the captain. Nobody else. Somebody who's going to be there 90 minutes every game, right?
Well, at the beginning of the season, Tom, what I said was the main thing we needed to sign this season was a leader.
Yeah.
We don't have one. And we never addressed that in the summer.
No.
And he says, Judge, this is why I can't believe when he says, judge me on my team. So he picked Dawson over Ted Can, yeah? He's picking Jules over players he has signed.
Mm-hmm.
He was picking Hugel over players he'd signed. He was picking James, Powell, Rafferty's made captain, all over his own side. So the captain weren't his own signing. So if I'm going in, and this is what made me think very early, and people say, you can't judge him this early. I think if you're going to manage a new club and you've got that summer to fully shape your team, because he had a full reshape of that team. He had enough players that could have been his own signings to have started every single game. Yeah. The first thing I would do as a manager would sign my sign my own captain.
Yeah.
A leader. That's the first thing I would address in any manager, because it's like having a business. Yeah. The first thing you do, is get a manager or an assistant manager, because you can't do it all. Yeah. As the manager, when they go out on the pitch, he can't do it. Yeah. Somebody's got to give that message out on the pitch. Now he's given that to a Steve Evans signing, not his own, a Steve Evans signing. And that for me was the first red flag that I saw of Matt Hamshaw. I thought this guy has not got it switched on up here, because he's not brought in a captain, a leader.
No.
And then he had an obsession about signing all young players. And I also remember, and I'll bring the video back up as well, I also remember saying it on a live. I said the best recruitment I'd seen, because they'd signed players that Rotherham would have signed a few years ago that would get you out of this division. Lincoln, Reach from West Brom. All these players, they were on free transfers, but they're on decent money, But Lincoln went and got them. I'm like, why aren't Rotherham going for these players? And we're going for these young, and people, we want this young team. Young team ain't got the battle in them for this level. We needed experience. That's the other guy. The other guy, they got that centre back. What's his name that's at Lincoln with the longish hair? Did he play for Derby?
Oh, you're about the ex-Plymouth guy. Oh, yeah. Is it left-footed centre half?
He was another one.
Bradley. Did you say Bradley?
Yeah, Sonny Bradley. That's the one.
Bradley.
He's another one. Yeah. Horrible guy, but he's a leader. And he's a shit brick house. And that's what we needed. But we didn't do it. We did not do it. And I thought, this guy hasn't got a clue. he hasn't got a clue. So that's where I'm at with that.
And then a quick one, Busher, though. The best of it is the first team coach or whatever, Richard Wood, who was our captain, playing a heart of defence most games. He's part of this. He's saying, yeah, give it Rafts. Surely.
Yeah, but he's here because he's never done that role before. He's here because of what he's done as a player, not because he's a good coach.
I know.
Same as Matt Amshaw.
There's a reason why Doncaster not from a coach's team.
And Paul Warren wouldn't come back. If Paul Warren had come back, Amshaw wouldn't have got the job. But we couldn't afford him because MK Dons are paying him exactly what he was on at Derby. And 2, he wouldn't come and work for Tony Stewart.
No.
Ferguson did well at Donny too. Cover and Powell did well in the centre mid. Then the clown moved him to right back. Exactly. That's why I said his performance dropped off. Put him as right back.
I'm going to, but just on that, I'm going to defend him a little bit. As I said on Saturday, he only did that because Rafferty was really struggling against that quick winger, and Cover is obviously a quicker, more athletic guy, and it was just to combat that. So I do feel for him in that respect. He was trying to nullify the threat that Gale had on that wing.
So Bez, my question to you is: why would you make Rafferty captain and play him in a position that he can't handle? Against that player.
This is the thing, Tom. If I was at the start of the season and I was going to go with this formation, I'd have tried to get rid of Rafferty. I'd have tried to get rid of James. I'd have brought in centre halves or wing backs. He didn't do that. And I mean, what I would say is, because obviously Lee just said there about you'd have signed this player and that player. To be honest with you, mate, I don't think we could have signed anyone. Ronaldo, Messi, Kevin De Bruyne. I'm sure would have still took this team down. It's more about the management as the players, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, the team's good enough to stay up. But, quick one for you boys. I would give the job to Wayne Rooney. Not had a lot of success so far, but I believe he will come good. Would any of you guys take Wayne Rooney?
He'll be on more at the BBC, mate. He's on more at the BBC than we could even pay him.
Yeah, true.
I take him because I take anyone. I take Tea Lady of him, I'm sure.
Yeah, true. Give it to Joey Barton. He wouldn't take any nonsense.
I'd love that.
In prison.
Yeah.
I love Joey Barton, but the thing is, I think he's going to end up in jail. So I don't think he'll be long.
Well, getting somebody from prison will still do a better job than this clown, and he's in prison.
He's currently on remand.
Yeah, and also Joey Barton, I don't think he'd fit into our woke culture football club at the minute, to be honest with you. What happened to Kelly on Saturday? He had a good game at Huddersfield, then disappears. I just think his legs have gone, Gary. I think you'll see glimpses. I mean, he was great first half at Huddersfield, but he dropped off the cliff the second because his legs have gone. And I don't think 2 games sort of back-to-back will work for him. I hope we don't see him on Tuesday because the Saturday, Tuesday, I think it'll be even worse for Kelly. Back of Tivoli will always be backseat of the North Stand any day. The smell of the bog roll and cigar smoke when the teams ran out separate to the bog roll being thrown at the away end, and the sound of the old air horn. Take me back tomorrow. Memories itched in my head. Loved it. Yeah, I loved the Millmore. I loved the Tivoli. Can you remember when they used to do them nights when they had the nightclub there, the Tivoli as well? You could go and it was like, I don't know, tenner for a drink or whatever. They were brilliant times. Didn't like the pit. I didn't like the toilets though, man. The piss were running down everywhere, wasn't it? But yeah,
we had a better atmosphere. It was a better atmosphere.
I do miss Millmore, but I would still take the current stadium.
Just beyond that, right? So Terry Stewart has obviously built as a ground. I know it's owned by him, but are you guys all happy with the ground? Like, do you think apart from the odd obvious issues like he's not filled the spaces out and stuff like that, but the actual ground, are you guys happy with ground or not?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Go on, Pete. What do you think?
I've still got back to Millmore tomorrow, without a doubt.
Would you?
Yeah,
See, I love the New York Stadium. I think. Don't get me wrong. You've got the leak issue they had. You've got the fact that it doesn't fill the space out. I get that, but I love the ground. Me, like the fact it's being built so steep is brilliant, in my opinion. I really do like it.
I like the old school grounds, me.
Right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, Tom Swift said yes. Sonny Bradley, yeah, that was correct. Rafferty is a good captain. Though he's a fullback, not a wing back. A flat back four would have seen us out. Played 4-4-2 against Plymouth and won. And that's a great point from the Yorkshireman 7879, because when we do play 4-4-2, we look a lot better. He's got James and Rafferty that play better in a 4-4-2. So why is it another reason why he's a poor manager? Because you do not, just say for instance, you're building a squad, you do not pick players that don't fit your system. You pick the system to fit the players, especially in this position we're in. So you get them in, have a meeting and say, guys, this ain't working, this formation. Are you not happy with the formation? Do you not get the tactics? What can we do to make you guys perform better? And obviously they've told him it was a system change, and he did it against Plymouth, yeah, and we won. And then he's reverted back. He reverts back to type because he doesn't believe in the 4-4-2 system. But we've got a squad that is that. So he didn't address them issues in the summer. So that again is on him. It is on him. All of it is on him. Don't want Ferguson. Bloke got sacked from Peterborough. It's a good point. He did get sacked from Peterborough, and Peterborough are doing well since they sacked him. So why would you take him? I mean, I do like Ferguson. Sometimes I think it just goes stale at a certain club, and they can go on to another club and do better there. That's what I would say. I think I do like Ferguson's style of football. I think he's the type of manager as well that if he has got a budget, you would be able to attack decent players from him, and he would have a good relationship with Manchester United, so he probably might play Biancheri a bit more as well. Crying out for 4-5-1 Saturday. At some points the gaps were massive in the second half and Bolton took the piss. I would give the job to my nan over Amshaw, and she's been dead 8 years. Jesus, yeah. I agree with you though. Like, if there's any way we can get her in charge, I'd happily take her. To be honest.
Lee, if there's any way of getting in charge, what are you on about? She's dead.
We'll get Riggs. You
oh God,
the sidelines.
Yeah, we could be spiritual. She might be able to talk to the players from heaven.
Or hell.
Well, no, don't be harsh about man's granddad.
I don't know.
She was probably a lovely lady and will have gone to heaven. I'm sure of it, Tom.
Wow.
Could do with safe standing. What's your opinion on safe standing, Tom?
The current situation, it makes absolutely zero odds because there's, from what I hear, and Bez will be able to tell me better, there's absolutely zero atmosphere. So, yeah, I have no opinion the way things stand.
Pete?
What's that, sorry?
Standing, safe standing.
Yeah, 100%. It needs it. It needs it.
And Bez, safe standing, sorry. Would you take that?
I don't care either way, really. I mean, it wouldn't affect me because I'm in West Stand. What I would say, though, I can't remember which interview where, but one of the Paul Douglas or Phil Smith's interviews did say that they're never going to get it, didn't they, in Omen? So it's irrelevant, really.
Yeah.
Paul Douglas.
Russ, smelt like a nursing home, Milmo bags, but missing the Worthies originals. Yeah, smelly bogs. Stevie Wonder would spot a better substitution than Amshaw. True. Surely Ronnie Moore or Joe Brecken have given Amshaw some honest advice on what he's doing wrong.
Nah.
Yeah, but from what I'm told, he is quite a stubborn guy, is Matt Amshaw, and he believes his own hype. So on to Peterborough then. Before we finish up, we'll discuss Peterborough. So I'm going to put up here probably the predicted XI. This is from FootMob. So it's virtually the same team, what they've predicted to start. Do we agree we start in the same team, or would you guys make changes for Peterborough?
Yeah, we can't play Rafferty right wing back for me. We just can't,
No.
can we?
Would you go back? Would you go to a back four
Back
then?
four. Yeah, you've got it, haven't you? Just so Rafferty can play his captain in a back four like he always. Well, he's played at every club as a right back, hasn't he? He's not a wing back. I don't know why you can't see it.
The issue is he's not going to do that.
I know.
As Lee's just said there, he's very, he's set in his ways. He's only going to play three at the back. I mean, if Rafferty didn't play and he played that formation, who else could play there? Would be my question.
Probably cover, but I don't know who else is fit. Midfield, he's got a back.
I'd like to keep covering that midfield because, as Lee said again, he played well in midfield on Saturday, so I'd like to keep him there personally. I don't. No one knows who's fit, who's injured. Personally, I'd like to see Dan Gore back in if he's available, but I don't know if he's available. So.
For me, it depends on the fitness of Josh Benson, doesn't it?
If Benson's fit, then what would you do, Tom?
I think we need to look. We're at a stage now, gents, where we need. This is a must not lose or draw game. We have to win. We have to win because he said we've got a quarter of the season left, which is bullshit. Sorry, which is nonsense. So listen, just right. So Hamshaw's not getting sacked. Just go for the kill.
If I tell you a stat, Tom,
yeah,
Peterborough have not won as many games as we have at home. They've got a worse home record than us.
Oh,
is that right?
Yeah, don't mean no against us though, does it?
It's an interesting stat, Lee, but I agree with Pete. It means bugger all against us because they'll be like, hang on, these don't win away. Happy days. Do you know what I mean?
Peterborough's got some good wingers as well, which we'll struggle against with this formation.
If we're going to play Rafferty at wing back again,
we're going to struggle.
Get subbed.
Is him on left wing for Peterborough? He's Rapid.
Oh, there you go.
I forgot his name. But if they play wingers, we're screwed.
Yeah,
they'll see that formation there, imagine, and laugh.
Well, they'll look at exactly. The manager's going to be more intelligent tactically than ours. So I mean,
they're rubbing his hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Rubbing his hands together.
Exactly.
I'm expecting note tomorrow. Nothing.
Same.
So Peterborough, I'll just run you a couple of stats. So Peterborough have not kept a clean sheet in 9 matches.
Yeah, well, we're having one tomorrow.
And they are below us in the form table.
Ow.
Well, the climb above us tomorrow.
They also lost to Leyton Orient, lost to Barnsley, lost to Bradford. They only drew at home to Exeter, and they drew with Northampton. So they're not doing well against teams around them either, at Peterborough.
Well,
yeah. You're saying all this, Lee. This to me suggests that this is actually a must-win game then, from what you're saying.
Well, they're all must-win games now. We've got to win them all. We've got to win as many. We need at least. We've got 10. Well, we've got 10 games left.
If you offered me 3 points between now and Saturday, I'd bite your hand off. What do you think to that? Anyone? No.
What's that?
I think it's irrelevant.
It's
irrelevant.
So I said I'd slap your hand off if we picked up 3 points over Peterborough and Lincoln. I'd slap your hand off now. If you said here's 3 points, I'd say thanks and I'd take it.
No.
Not
having that.
Why? You won't take it? Wow. We're going to lose at Lincoln. That's a fact.
We've only won 9 games all season.
We've got a good record at Lincoln. I'm not having one.
Okay. I'll remind you of this next week when we've lost both games, and I'll say, I took 3 points and you lost. No, I'd rather 0. Bloody hell.
I mean,
no, we beat them 3. We battered them at home.
Right, okay. I will remind you of this conversation on Monday, don't you worry.
We're not winning again rest of the season.
6 points minimum.
Tom, what would you play that formation, or would you go to a 4 at the back?
What are they saying? 4-5-1.
Yeah.
3-4-1-2 it is. Oh, that
That's
one.
the formation
4-5-1.
is prediction 3-4-1-2. But would you play a 4-5-1? Would you go with the predicted? What would you do? You're the manager. They've given you the job tomorrow. You're the man.
I'd go with the Terry Venables Christmas pudding with Powell as the. No, I'm joking. No, we're away from home. I'd go for a flat 4-4-2.
Yeah, that's what I would go for. I'd go 4-4-2, and the home games I'd play 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Fucking get at them.
Yep.
That's what I'd do. Busher, you thought about doing any KB Terrace Talk Millers themed merchandise? Yes, we are going to be doing that. There will be a website coming soon as well. So we are in the process of having a website built. And on there, you will be able to buy merchandise, and you'll also be able to vote for your player ratings that will then go straight into the live stream. So that is already in progress, but it does take a bit of time because I am a very busy man. Apparently, I don't have a job. Somebody told me the other day. I haven't got a job either.
Who said that?
Somebody on Facebook,
Twitter.
I think it was on Facebook page, saying, get a job. I live at home. Yeah. Okay. If that makes people feel better about themselves or they think it's true, then I've just started to let them think what they want to think. I know I enjoy my life. If they think I'm stuck at home with no job, then if that makes them feel better in life, I'll let them continue to think that. Lisby, their winger, tore us apart at the reverse at New York Stadium. Yeah, that's a great point from Tom Swin. I forgot about that. Yeah. You're trying to give me element of doubt for my prediction. We aren't going to give predictions yet, but we are going to do it in a minute. So, yeah. So you have given me an element of doubt. So before we wrap up, I'm going to ask you your predictions. So I'm going to start with Bez, because he's the one that's basically saying he's going to be happy to take 3 points from the 2 games. We're just discussing one today because you're on midweek Millers, so you can discuss the weekend game. But yeah, tell us your prediction, Bez.
Yeah, before I came on here and heard what you were saying, Lee, when you were reading them stats out, before you read them out, I was all for Rotherham will lose this game. They'll lose 1-0. It'll be very similar to the Bradford game. But after you read them stats out, I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. I think. So I'm with that 1-1.
So 1-1. Who's your goal scorer?
I'm going to go. I'll go Gray. Go Gray. He's due a goal, isn't he?
Pete, what's your prediction?
Having a brainwave. I'm going positive.
Go on. Get up there, Pete. We're back.
Pete just spent the last hour saying we're going down, we're rubbish, with this, with that, and he comes to prediction. Yeah, I think Robert's going to win 4-0. Oh, God.
I'm going.
Pete, voice of reason, man. That title's gone. That title's gone, mate. You are now not the voice of reason. Bloody hell.
I'm going 3-1 Rotherham.
What have you done, Busher? Busher, you've done something. You've given him something, haven't you? You've slipped something in his drink. What have you slipped him, Bush? You've done something. I know you have. Bloody hell.
Tom, you tell me.
What the result? Jesus Christ. 4-1 Peterborough.
Wow.
No, all right. Wow,
I mean, what I do like about Tom is proper like one way or other. For first 10 weeks or whatever, he was saying 4-0 Rotherham every week. And all of a sudden he's saying 4-1 opposition.
Honestly, I can't see it. I just can't see it.
Right, so my prediction is going to be Peterborough 2, Rotherham 3. Come on, Pete. Me and Pete have got this. We're going to win.
Yes.
We're going to win 3-2. Yeah?
It's coming, Mystic Pete.
Pete, we're going to do it.
Go and take your meds, lads. Jesus Christ.
Yeah? 3-2. I'm having it.
Yeah.
Tom Swift says 3-1 Peterborough. Callum says 2-2 Desmond again. When is Gore, Spence, McWilliams, Hugo, and Holback? Wilson says.
Never.
Honestly, it's a great question, but honestly, no one knows. Like, no one knows. I mean,
I'll try and get some team news tomorrow. I'll put it out on X. But yeah, I've just been mega busy this week, so I haven't been in contact with many people other than people on here. I've been making a movie. If you've not watched the movie, guys, go over to our YouTube channel and watch the movie. It's very good. I've had some really good feedback about the movie as well. So it's just a bit of light-hearted fun. So if you're easily offended, I'd probably recommend not watching it. There's no violence in it. We've apologized for any violence. So, yeah, it is quite good. Kaylee Wilson has gone for 3-1 to Rotherham, Nombe and James. So come on, Kaylee. She's with us. Me, Pete, and Kaylee are on it. 3-1. We've got another one as well. Huge anus. He's a heinous. And he's saying 4-1 Rotherham. Come on, boys. We're there. Who says that KB Terry's talk is always negative? I don't believe you. We're not having it. We're not always negative. Sometimes we'll try and be positive. And this time we're going to try and be positive.
I've got the same feeling as Exeter away. I've got the same feeling. I don't know why.
That's what. Yeah, I've got that as well. Peterborough are not in great form. They're not even a great team. When you look at the table, they could even be dragged into a relegation battle if we beat them. They're not safe.
Yeah, you know what, Lee? When you when you were talking earlier, when you were talking earlier about the Peterborough and giving the stats, I thought, Joe what? They could be in trouble. So I went and looked at league table. They've got 45 points. Only need a win, one win, couple of draws.
But they're not pulling up any trees. So we should not go there and be afraid. We've got to go there, be positive, get King Bush in the dressing room. He'll sort it out. He'll get them positive. Kaylee Wilson, this is the best podcast, better than New York Talk. Thank you, Kaylee. Totally agree. And the views suggest that as well. So we're sort of tripling their views now. So we've left them behind. We'll leave the club behind next. And we're going to the Grammys. That's where we're heading. I'll be bringing my mate Donald Trump with me at the Grammys. The happy clappers don't like the light heart of fun. Be careful, Bushy. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Everything has to be negative. But they call me negative. This is the thing. I'm the most positive person you'll find. I like a bit of banter. I have been really. But Vets will probably tell you some days I don't want to do these podcasts at all because of the way Rotherham are making me feel. And to be honest with you, and people may clip this up and people in certain group will be really happy, yeah? But my dad took me to watch Rotherham when I was 3 years old. He took me on the Tivoli, yeah? And I've supported Rotherham ever since. Despite growing up in Sheffield, despite living in Sheffield, despite playing for the Young Owls, I was always a Rotherham United fan. And I got a load of stick for supporting Rotherham. I had a Rotherham shirt, the only Rotherham shirt in the school at all in Sheffield. I lived very close to where Hillsborough was. All my friends were Wednesday fans. I got free tickets to watch Wednesday. I didn't want to go. I only went when they played Man United. And I love Rotherham. I've been home and away for years and years and years, yeah? And the club blocking me on social media, it really did hurt me. I'm not going to lie. People will enjoy this because they want to hear this. This is what they want to hear. Oh, yeah, he's upset about it. Yeah, I am upset about it because I've supported this football club and it's took a lot of my time and effort and money and everything else what comes with supporting a football club through thick and thin. And I've done that. And I feel like the club have just put two fingers up at me and said, your support over them years is nothing to us. Yeah. Because I didn't even get a warning. It could have messaged and said, look, we've seen this. Can you take the post down? We don't like the fact that you've posted about tennis balls or whatever the post was. Yeah. They could have done that, but they didn't. They just blocked fellow supporters that take the time. Yeah. None of us get paid for doing this, despite what people are saying. We take our time to talk about Rotherham when we've got better things to be doing, to be honest with you. So for the club to do that, I think it is really disgusting, and it just gives the mood of the football club at the moment that they do not care about the supporters. And I think it's backfired because I've had loads of support from fans, and it really does mean a lot to me. I've had loads of personal sort of messages, especially Russ Bailey in the chat as well. Sent me some lovely messages, and I do appreciate it because I do get a lot of stick online, and some of it I deserve because I am a wind up. I do wind people up, so I have to expect to get the banter back. I don't really moan about it. Some of it I just laugh at because it's beyond the realms of stupidity at times. But I just think the club have really gone down in my estimations, and I've lost. I'll be honest, I think I've lost a bit of love for my football club, which is horrible to say. The losses don't hurt anymore, which they used to. And I just think, actually, you lot that are running this football club, you deserve to be in League Two next season. You deserve it. Because you haven't listened to any of the fans. You've not took anything seriously. You just thought once the injuries come back, we'll be safe. And that's not the case. So all of you have got blood on your hands, the media. I mean, I watched an interview as well. I know I'm running on a little bit, but I watched an interview that Radio Sheffield did with Steve Evans after the Crawley game. And they said the fans are calling for you to go. What do you say to them fans? Now, fans have been calling for Matt Amshaw to go for months and months, and that question has not been asked once to Matt Amshaw, and that just tells its own tale. And on that note, has anybody got anything else they want to say before I run through the comments before we get off?
All I was going to say, Lee, is just what you said there. I just want to tell the viewers that is all true. Like Lee's still a human being at the end of the day. So all the abuse he does get, some of it warranted, as he said, some of it not warranted. He still puts his heart out there. He's done all this. Look, Lee set all this up on his own, not on much help. And as he said, we come on here, and it is difficult to come on here when our team are losing week in, week out, and you're saying the same things. It's really difficult. So this has probably been our best, I think, video for views, Lee, in terms of if you ignore the live reaction video. This has probably been our best one in terms of views. So the support you've shown us today has been absolutely superb. So
yeah,
that makes it all
we've still got 756 people in the live chat.
That's brilliant.
Kaylee Wilson says, Bushy, you are the best, and Bez is my favourite number 2. And Tom. Sorry, Tom. He's got a missus anyway. He's all right.
Yeah. Sling your up, Kaylee.
Yeah, he don't want any more things. I have as well. I'll get in trouble on here. Good night, Kaylee. Thank you for watching Kaylee. Again. Obviously, your support is much appreciated.
Indeed, it is.
Lee's got desperate women after him again. No, I don't think people are desperate. I don't think anybody's after me. Who knows? Bushy, give us a wave. My favourite. Bye, Kaylee. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, see you later,
Kaylee. Feeling a bit unwell tonight, lads. Do you think the Millers will come and see me? No. I can send Tom to come and see you or Bez. I
think he'd rather. I tell you what, I bet Russ would rather me see you than chuff him. I'm sure.
Grab your coat, Lee. You have pulled. Keep it going, lads. It's brilliant show, and you're doing a great job. Appreciate
Thanks,
that, Gary.
Gary.
Thank you
Cheers,
very
Gary.
much. First women, I don't know what's going off there. Some crazy behavior going on in the chat. But I do appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that's watched this live. We've had unreal numbers yet again. Thank you for everybody that's watched the humorous video and actually saw the funny side of it. If you found anything offensive, I'm going to take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely nobody. The king does what he wants. Okay? So I'm sorry if you were waiting for an apology. It just ain't going to happen. We are back tomorrow night. Bez, are you going to the game tomorrow night?
I don't think so, no.
If you're not going to the game, I might actually do a live watch along. I don't know yet. But we're definitely doing a live straight after the show. But we may do a live watch along. I may put a poll out. If people want to see it, we may do it. But if people don't, we'll just do the live after. But yeah, we could do a live watch along if there's enough of you interested. If not, we'll be here for the live after match. Want to remind you as well, we'll be back for the review of that game and the preview to Lincoln on Bez's show, which is a fantastic show. Bez is a great host. He doesn't ramble on as much as I do as well. So if you don't like my rambles, Bez is your man for the Wednesday night midweek Millers. So we'll be back
Thursday.
Thursday. It's all right. Every day's merging into one at the minute. So yeah, he'll be back on Thursday. All our shows as well now are generally at 8 o'clock, unless it's a live after match reaction. So shows will be on at 8 o'clock. So Turbo Tom Sunday, that's on at 8 o'clock. That's another fantastic show. I think Tom's becoming more popular than I am at the minute on that Sunday show.
No, don't tell Kaylee that. Don't tell Kaylee that.
He's becoming a bit of a legend on that show. So yeah, fantastic. Russ says keep well, boys. Yeah, cheers, Russ. And Kaylee Wilson, Bushy, can you do a live watch along? Yeah, so maybe we do a live watch along to tomorrow night's game. But if not, we'll definitely do a live straight after. But look out for the socials. We will post it if we are doing a live. Thank you for watching. And as always, up the Millers.
I need a piss.
All the positive ones, though, because we have predicted a Rotherham win. So, thank you. Thank you for watching.
Cheers. See ya. Bye.
Oh, Jonathan Sheard quickly just said 3-1. So another one. Jonathan Sheard, positive. Bushy, please do one. What? Do what? What? Do what? One.
He's taking Mick out of that Kaylee. He's taking Mick out of that Kaylee.
Well, yeah, we could listen. Let's not take the mick out of people in the chat. We don't like that. We like to get on here. We are a harmonious group of people. So I think our followers and our people in the chat are the best. The people that watch that other channel usually are very, well, what can we say? Boring. Boring. Yeah, I said it. There you go. Thanks for watching, and up the Millers, and hopefully we will speak to you after a Millers win. Take care. Up the Millers.